You're listening to The John and Heidi Show. Now, featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Ferris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
It's The John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Mr. Dan Ferris. How are you on this Free Flag Friday?
All right. You know what? I'm pretty good.
You look good.
Pretty good.
You're looking good.
Friday. Look forward to a little, weekend action.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice. We got that working for us. Here's the deal. It's National Day of Community Service.
Oh, yeah.
Community service. And it's occurred to me I haven't done it in a while. I've served at the banquet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, a number of times. But I love the dish room, man. That's where I hang.
Oh, yeah.
Run the window
Doing the
with the
dishes?
dish room. Yeah. Yeah, it's like
It's your vibe. You like that area?
that's my jam.
I like helping at the front door.
Well, my
Talking to
first
people when
jobs
they come in.
as a Ute growing up in the cities, my first jobs were, restaurant jobs, washing dishes.
Oh, yeah.
And there's just something about it. It just kind of mellows me out.
I was a busboy. I was never a dishwasher. But I would bring the dishes to the dishwasher.
Oh, I remember bus boys like you.
I remember dishwashers like you.
Yeah.
I remember working with a guy who wore like camouflage pants and he had a giant, like a Rambo knife strapped to his side.
Yeah,
Everybody was
around.
super nice to that dishwasher. Very nice to him for some reason.
As you should be.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it came to busboy dishwasher, it was gang activity. It was busboys lost every time.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't even try to win.
Oh, let's see here. All right. Matthew McConaughey is 53 today.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Happy birthday to him. He's done well.
Seems like a mellow fellow.
Yeah.
Yeah. See what else is going on. Ralph Macchio,
He's also done well.
the Karate Kid, Daniel's son. He was Johnny in The Outsiders. He died
Yeah.
in that movie.
Yeah,
it
he
was
did.
terrible.
You just ruined the ending, Dan.
Stay golden, pony boy.
Stay
gold.
Stay gold, pony
Yeah.
boy. Stay gold.
Wow. You guys
And-
just ruining all these movies.
Probably the worst casting mistake ever in the history of movies.
Oh, yeah. He's in that.
He was cast in that Crossroads. I loved that movie, but it's like, no.
He was the wrong guy for
not
that.
Ralph.
Who should have been in that role? Do you have an idea of who you think?
I really don't.
Somebody more believable?
Probably.
Okay, then.
If you've ever seen Crossroads, Ralph really wasn't playing that guitar.
No, he was not really.
Just thought I'd point that out to you. And one of my icons, Sean Combs.
Puff Daddy.
Puff Daddy, 53 today. Puff Daddy. I've got Puff Daddy lyric wallpaper in my bathroom at home,
Yeah. That's awesome.
including some of his hits, Bump, 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 Nasty Girl, Shake Your Tail Feather. But how about a little dramatic reading from the 1997 classic gangbuster smash hit, It's All About the Benjamins.
We
Yeah.
must do
I'm
this.
excited.
All right, here we go.
Everybody quiet in the other room.
Puff
Come on.
Daddy. It's all about the Benjamins, baby.
Yeah.
Now what y'all want to do? It's all about the Benjamins, baby. Want to be ballers? Shot callers? It's all about the Benjamins, baby. Brawlers. Who be dipping in the Benz with the spoilers? It's all about the Benjamins, baby.
Nice.
Taking a bite out of the pufferoo there.
I like that.
Historically speaking, it was 1841. 1841, this very first wagon train arrives in California.
Really?
Wow.
Very first thing they said, whoa. And then they said, this place is run by lunatics, let's go to Texas.
Yeah.
What year was that?
Pretty much.
1841.
1841, yeah, because then they had the gold rush in the 49.
Yeah, first organized wagon train from out east. It's California. Let's see, it was 1862. American inventor Ronald Jordan Gatling patents the hand-cranked machine gun.
Oh, yeah.
Calls it the Gatling gun.
Isn't that crazy?
Holy cow. You know, the 2016 reboot of the 1960 classic, The Magnificent Seven, with Denzel Washington, does a scene literally starring a Gatling gun. It's one of the meanest things I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
So,
And imagine how shocked everybody was to see that at the time, because
it was a
nothing
game
like
changer.
that ever existed before.
well, it would be the equivalent of a nuclear bomb back then as far as weaponry went.
Yeah, because everybody else is in there taking their time, reloading all this stuff, and it's I mean, it was just did the job of a whole team.
Speaking of snazzy inventions, just a few years later, 1879, Big James Riddy patents the first cash register.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's a nice invention.
His motivation? To combat stealing by the bartenders in his saloon.
Oh, that
in
would
Dayton,
Oh,
Ohio.
yeah.
that would probably be a good motivator.
And even still today, that's not enough. Now they've got all these other fancy systems they have to put in because they steal.
Yeah.
It's
To this day.
Doggone bartenders.
Someone once told me, let's see, how did the saying go? It doesn't matter. It couldn't have been that good because I don't remember it. So whoever you were and whatever you said, I guess I don't care anymore.
Hey,
Thank you.
Thank you, Dan.
That's a great story.
Somebody once told me something that wasn't that great, and I'm not going to repeat it.
I remember this time. Maybe I should have written that down.
My-
But you're nothing to me now.
That's almost as good as
Fantastic.
that's almost as good as when people say they get ready to say something, but then they'll first say, "Don't quote me on this." But I think,
Oh, man.
like, I'm like going around quoting people.
Well, I know. You know. We all know.
Kinda.
Just move ahead here.
Gonna do that. It's the John Ed Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Ferris.
In good times and not so good times, it's a good idea to be responsible when it comes to spending. At bettercreditcards.com, we're excited to see our friends like you get a better credit card to fit your needs. Some people like cards with the lowest possible interest rate. Others like cards with no annual fee. And some people like cards with points and perks to take advantage of all the extras available. Whatever you're looking for, we hope you find it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. Bettercreditcards.com.
Thank you for listening to Sunny 93.3. Super excited to visit with Aaron from Midwest Honor Flight, and we've got a really cool thing that we're going to be doing on Veterans Day, and this is an opportunity for people to help contribute to your organization, but also kind of get a little sweet treat as well, right?
Yeah, everybody loves donuts, right?
Oh, yeah.
It can't go wrong with a good donut, especially from Flyboy there in Sioux Falls. But we're very excited to partner alongside of Flyboy Donuts to, they're going to offer their patriotic dozens, and that 30% of those proceeds will go then to Honor Flight to specifically get our veterans next year out to Washington, D.C. to visit and reflect at their memorials.
I think that's really cool. Let's talk about Midwest Honor Flight, what you guys are doing, because I want to make sure people understand what a great organization this is, and then we're going to circle back and remind them how they can help. But let's talk about what you do. What is the mission of Midwest Honor Flight?
Yeah, of course. So we fly World War II, Korea, and Vietnam veterans from all across the state of South Dakota, Northwest Iowa, Southwest Minnesota, and Northeast Nebraska out to Washington, D.C. for a day of honor to visit and reflect at all the memorials in D.C. at no cost for the veteran. This is a one-day trip. It's a great opportunity for these heroes to have the chance to visit their memorials that have been dedicated at our National Mall, but also rebuild some camaraderie along with the other veterans that are on flight, and for some, be welcomed home for the very first time.
And this is something that you've done numerous times. It's a one-day event, but it's a lifetime of memories afterwards as well.
That's exactly right. We're very excited that as of this fall, we completed 13 successful missions, flying over 1,100 veterans out to Washington, D.C. But our work is far from over. We've got about 650 more veterans on that waiting list, as of today anyway, that have applied, and more will continue to come in as other veterans that have gone on flight continue to tell their friends about the opportunity. So partnerships like this with Flyboy Donuts will certainly help us get more veterans out to Washington, D.C., and all of our other fundraising opportunities throughout the year as well.
How many veterans get to join you on each Honor Flight mission that you do? How much space is there per trip?
Typically about 84 veterans will get that chance to go. And then along with that, then they do get to take a guardian along with them. And then we do take along some medical staff and some other support staff along as well. But by the end of the day, there's 190 people on that plane that we charter. They're all going out to Washington, D.C., whether they're veterans, whether they're guardians, whether they're support staff. But it's going to make that day successful and meaningful for those veterans on flight. And
what does it cost per mission to do something like this? Because it's not something that's super cheap, is it?
Yeah, unfortunately, we joke, we say, the flights aren't funded by hugs alone. And so about $175,000 is what it costs us per flight this fall. A lot of that does have to do with the fuel surcharge increases that have gone up this fall as well. So we're hoping that does come down in the spring, but that's kind of our estimate. About $853 per veteran is what we have to raise in order to have them join us on an honor flight. And again, the veterans don't pay for that. That's all fundraised, donated, or sponsored specifically.
And if somebody would like to sponsor a veteran, could they reach out and say, hey, I'd like to make a donation from my company? This time of year, the nice thing is there are some companies going, hey, we've got money in our budget, and if we don't, give this, it's once the year is done, it's too late. So if there is a company or if there's an organization that has funds that they'd like to donate, could they sponsor a veteran like fully themselves?
Absolutely, yes. Donations from organizations, from individuals, from businesses are all accepted. We're a 501c3, so everything is tax deductible that way. But they can certainly give us a call at 605-215-1319 or shoot us an email at info@midwesthonorflight.org, or even just visit our website at midwesthonorflight.org for more information on how to donate, but also our corporate sponsorship opportunities as well.
And once again, with Veterans Day coming right up, if they would like to be maybe involved in what you're doing with Flyboy Donuts on Veterans Day, how do they get involved in that?
Of course, they could go over to Flyboy Donuts' website and pre-order those patriotic dozens to be picked up on Veterans Day, or they can visit any of the 4 locations and place those pre-orders as well. On Veterans Day, they will have some available as well, but those will be limited on that day as well. So.
And everybody that buys donuts through this program, some of that money goes right back to Honor Flight.
Yeah, you're doing good twice. You're buying donuts to make your stomach feel real good, and 30% of those sales are going to go towards a veteran going on a flight future.
I love that. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat, and thank you so much for doing what you guys do at Midwest Honor Flight.
It's our absolute pleasure and the least we can do for these guys and gals that get to go. And thank you so much for your time today as well. Absolutely.
Again, Aaron Van Beek with Midwest Honor Flight. You can learn more about their amazing organization, and you can find ways that you can contribute at the website midwesthonorflight.org.
How much do you pay for your wireless phone? Some people spend hundreds of dollars every month for their family. That's crazy! Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. Not 50, 15, 1-5. Yeah, $15 a month for premium wireless. It's time for a Mintervention from Mint Mobile. You can keep your same phone number. You may even be able to keep your same phone. Find out now at Mintervention.com. Learn more and sign up today at Mintervention.com. Premium wireless for just $15 a month at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
And now stuff Dan finds interesting.
It is time for Stuff Dan Finds Interesting. Dan, what do you find interesting on this Free Flag Friday?
That's it. Give it away. Flag compliments of Maximum Promotions. Mark and Sarah and the crew love this promotion so much. So, yeah, free flags. 3-foot by 5-foot flag, the pole, the hardware, everything you need to get
Stick
it done.
Stick it right on the house.
And get it rolling. Congratulations to Angie Lind.
Nice.
Angie Lind.
Way to go, Angie.
Snag that. We'll get a certificate in the mail to you, Angie. Appreciate you listening and dialing in and picking that up. For the past several years, in the Macy Thanksgiving Day Parade, it's a big deal.
Oh, yeah.
It's probably the most watched parade probably on the planet. It's been going on forever.
I had a dream that we drove through that last year, Dan.
Good story, John.
That was a Parade of Lights, which, by the way, is a week from today.
Yeah, but
I believe.
I had a dream. Is it a week from today? It's the day after Thanksgiving. Is it?
I think it's
Already?
I think it is a week from today.
It can't be. It's got to be a couple weeks.
Well, I'd check on it, but I don't want to.
I think it's a couple weeks from today. It's on the 25th.
Okay, whatever. It's fun to just say stuff.
He's just trying to have me
you make your way out tonight to the Parade of Lights.
People downtown looking around.
Bring the fam. You're going to want to bundle up.
This is the lamest parade ever.
Anyway, South Dakota's been in the Macy Day Parade for a long time, and it's always with the replica of Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're not doing that this year.
Oh, what are they doing?
Oh.
So I was going to be in it. I don't get it, quite frankly, the Mount Rushmore thing, and it is pretty spendy because along with the Mount Rushmore replica in the parade, they always get some celeb to be on board. I mean, Neil Diamond's been on that thing.
Oh, yeah.
Which is pretty amazing.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah. He's not from South Dakota, but he is pretty cool.
This year we are sending South Dakota State's Pride of the Dakotas marching band.
Oh, okay.
Marching band.
So we're going to send a marching band through the Macy's Day Parade.
Yeah, but it's through South Dakota Tourism. That's who
do they have a lot of marching bands, or is that
what? No, this is the Jackrabbits, man. This is SDSU.
I know, but do they?
Let's go to state.
I've never noticed marching bands in that parade. Are there others, and I just have never noticed?
Yeah,
them?
it's a parade.
Well, I get that, but there's a lot of balloons. There's a lot of other stuff. I didn't know if there were a lot of marching bands.
Well, I look at it this way. Because it's a tourist thing. It's a marketing thing.
Yeah.
All right, here comes Mount Rushmore. We get it. Hey, that's South Dakota. I mean, it's very iconic.
Yeah.
Well, now here comes a marching band.
Right.
Who across America is going to go, Hey, did you know South Dakota had a state university with a marching
Right,
band?
yeah, that
Oh, yeah.
seems...
Load up
yeah.
the minivan, we're going.
We should go there.
It's just kind
Is
of
that
weird
a thing
to
that
me.
every state goes to? Like,
don't
is that
know.
a
I think
typical
everybody's
thing
invited,
to
but I
encourage
don't-
tourism? Is that a...
I think because,
do we
like
have
I
to
say,
represent?
it's
You don't
pretty,
have to.
don't have
No.
to. No, because it's kind of expensive. In fact, just sending the band there just expenses like $50,000 just to,
50 grand?
just to feed them,
I suppose.
hot dogs
I
or
wonder-
tacos or something.
It's where they should have just sent like one guy that's like that plays a drum, has some cymbals, banging with his knees. That would have been a band that people would have been talking about. I bet we don't have a lot of one-man bands going through that thing.
I don't know. Yeah, for instance, 2010 we did the Rushmore thing, the float, the Mount Rushmore thing. Mannheim Steamroller was on board.
Yeah,
which
from
was cool.
Nebraska, not from South Dakota.
Well, there you go. Smokey Robinson, who I
yeah.
love, has been on it. Chris Young,
Nice.
Chris Lane, again, Neil Diamond back in 2011, which was huge.
I remember that. Yeah.
I'm sure that wasn't free.
No, I'm sure they're paying for that.
So, with Neil Diamond, it was basically Mount Rushmore with sideburns. So I just found that interesting.
I can see why. I also found that interesting. Heidi,
I found it interesting as well.
3 out of 3. Dan, you're doing good.
And again, Parade of Lights going on tonight, next Friday, and the following Friday.
It's
a triple dip.
It's the 25th. But the float that we drove through the Parade of Lights
So
last
nice,
year.
we did it thrice.
No, I'm saying the float that we drove through, the car that was on fire, from Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, you, if you'd like to, can see that live and in person at Cinemark Theaters. We're going to be on the east side. We're going to be on the west side. You can get all the details on our Facebook page. But that is Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, and then Monday evening. Again, all the details at facebook.com/sunnyradio.
In good times and not so good times, it's a good idea to be responsible when it comes to spending. At bettercreditcards.com, we're excited to see our friends like you get a better credit card to fit your needs. Some people like cards with the lowest possible interest rate. Others like cards with no annual fee. And some people like cards with points and perks to take advantage of all the extras available. Whatever you're looking for, we hope you find it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com.
Here's your Market Beat Minute for Friday, November 4th, 2022. Equity markets pulled back for a second day following the Fed's latest 75 basis point interest rate hike. The takeaway from the meeting is that interest rate hikes will continue until inflation gets back into line, although the pace may slacken if the data warrants. What this means for the market is that another 75 basis point hike could be coming in December if the inflation data stays hot. Today's action will be impacted by the NFP report, which is expected to show a moderately strong job increase of 200,000. If the data comes in strong like the ADP figure on Wednesday, it will reinforce the idea that another 75 basis point interest rate hike is on the way. More important, however, are the wage gains, which should show another strong 5% year-over-year increase, which is underpinning overall inflation and the Fed's need to continue raising rates. The bottom line is that economic conditions have not gotten any better, and they may actually be getting worse. You can get the inside track from Wall Street's brightest minds delivered directly to your inbox every day at marketbeatminute.com.